Right guys, here we are in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Well, we're not in it yet. But how many of you have had Euro Truck for a number of years and you've heard about, you're looking for various different maps. You've tried Grand Utopia, which is a great map. It's a great one-to-one scale map. But you've also heard about the Harsh Russian map. You've never got it to work. You have problems getting it set up. Various things, and of course it's difficult to get a hold of like a latest version. I believe that version 1.46 may well be available, but it's difficult to get a hold of it because you have to be on Skype, you have to be able to speak Russian or use a translator, and you also have to pay money for it because the guy that makes it is Russian. He doesn't speak a word of English, although I've spoken to him when I bought a version from him. It is not cheap, but sometimes there are bootleg versions on the download sites. In this case, this is what we're using today. There's a version 1.45 that you can get a hold of off of one of the Russian truck mod websites, and I'll put the link in the description for you. But the other reason people don't get this map to work is because they're not set up properly to do it. And you have to get your Euro Truck set up, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I've already done it because I've got the map installed. And you'll notice on the left hand side that Euro Truck Simulator 2 says it's on a temporary setting. And I'll explain that in a second. It's actually temporary 1.45. So what I've done is although my game's up to date, I've set it back a version to the previous version, to version 1.45, because this version of this Harsh Russian map only works in 1.45. So here's how to do it. If you're in Steam, you right click your Euro Truck game in your games list and you go to properties. You go into betas. Now in a normal up-to-date version of Euro Truck, when you get into betas, it will say none in that drop down. It will say none there. What you have to do is to open the drop down and go down until you find temporary 1.45 for incompatible mods. You choose that, and then what will happen is your game will start updating, or it will start reverting back to the older version. Now the important thing to point out there is if you've already got a current map installed, or just the basic game or whatever, the game's reverting back to a previous version. What it won't do is it won't wreck your other games, but it means that if you have to go back or want to go back and play an up-to-date map, maybe you've got a global combo map with EAA and various other maps, Red Sea map and all these things installed, you then have to go back in here to set your map, your game setting back to none. Then it will update back to 1.46. So for the time being, we're working on 1.45 because I have set it to that. Now here's another thing you need to be wary of. When you go into your properties for Euro Truck, if you go to DLC and you click on that, this is going to show a list of all the DLC you've got installed for Euro Truck. Now I've got all the DLC maps installed, which you generally need for a lot of the map combos that you might see on YouTube videos and stuff like that. In this case, it's always been mentioned that you must disable going east in your DLC folder, and you do that by going in here and unchecking that box. The game will then update itself again. Euro Truck will update itself again once you have disabled going east. Now when you've done that, you're then prepared to get things set up. Now from the download link that I've given you to the web page where the download is for this map, when you download it, it's going to be about 4 gigs or more, and there will be 2 main zip folders or WinRAR folders, depending what it is you use to unzip them. There'll be 2 of them, and you unzip them. I tend to unzip them to a folder on my desktop, that way I know where they all are. When they're unzipped in the folder, I have all the SCS files that you need, and you highlight them all. You hit your control button and click on each SCS file, copy them, and then go into your documents, Eurocroc, and then click on the mod tab within the Eurocroc folder, and then in an empty space on the right hand side, right click and then paste all those files into that folder. That's all the mods in your Eurocroc folder, but they're not obviously in the setup yet. So once you've done that, then you can start Eurocroc. So we'll start it up. I'll have a quick drink while it's doing that. Or at least it should start up. That's good, I'm not seeing anything. Where's it gone? There we go. Right, now, I would normally click that to continue the game because I've got a profile already set, I've got the game working. But what we're going to do is we're going to edit profile. And for that reason, I'm going to create a new profile just to show you this being installed. Hang on, that's not the one I want. I don't want to edit it, don't I not? What a numpty. Manage profiles you get into. Don't listen to a word I'm saying. Manage profiles. So I've got two files and two profiles. This is a profile for version 1.46 because I've got a big map combo installed here, but we're ignoring that for the time being. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit create new profile. Now this is the important thing with a Harsh Russian map that you mustn't do. What you do is pick your picture, whatever it's going to be, pick your truck, pick your logo, that there, put in the name of your company. We'll put, if we can spell, Harsh, I think that's it. We'll just put in Harsh Russian 1.45 and you don't hit create. That's a big no-no. You obviously have to put the mods in first. So if we go in there, we will see once it loads up, that is, we will see a list of mods. Now this is the most recent mods I've installed, so they're all going to show in the top of the list more or less. Oh, that's the one I never installed, the tandem one. There's a mail mod, I think it's called a postage mod, and there's also a tandem mod. I never installed that one. I can install that in this one. But first of all, you have about 6 map files, and they go in a load order in top to bottom or bottom to top, however you want to describe it. We want to go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from the bottom, so you put 6 in first, 5, where's 4 went to? There it is. And then you put in 3, and then 2, and then 1. And then at the top, you put the lock file in. Now, it's all in Russian, so it probably won't be clear, but there's the lock file. You put that in at the top. And by the way, these English to Russian to English translation mods, none of them work with the Harsh Russian map. I've tested them all. There used to be a mod that did that, but that was quite a few versions ago, but none of them will translate this map anymore. It'd be brilliant if somebody could. It makes it a lot easier for travelling around, especially if you're using the fly cam and stuff like that. So we've got the main part of this installed in the right order: map 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the lock file at the top. Now the other additional ones that you can put in are, I think, the postage one, but you put that, just hit that tab there and it'll take it right to the bottom. And then the other one that I never installed in my other profile is that one. You can put that one, again, tab it to the bottom, so you've got them all at the bottom. And that's it, good to go. Now, what I mentioned earlier was, or I mentioned I can't remember, did I mention this? I'm doing this just live off the bat, but let me show you one thing to find. If you go to the Steam Workshop, you can find a mod called the Profile Jumpstart, or search for it. Search for Profile Jumpstart or most popular mods. It's quite high up. If you install that mod, you put it right at the top. Now, the reason I say that is because this map gives you very little money to actually be able to buy a truck. Very little money. So the one way to cheat that is to have the Profile Jumpstart mod installed, but you only install it before you do your first job. You have that installed. When the game loads, you do your first job and you'll get a few million rubles or a few million euros, whatever currency you use. As soon as you've done that, save your game and then go back to your profile, go into the mod manager and take this folder out, take this mod out, get rid of it like that, and then you can load the game up and start again, because you'd be making millions each time. You only do it for the one trip, and then you've got enough money to be able to buy a truck as soon as you find a truck dealer. Or if, in my case, if you've got all your Russian trucks installed, the ones I was talking about, the Kamaz trucks and stuff like that, then that will allow you to go into the mod folder, mod manager, so the truck dealer and the mod dealer, and buy that truck, which is handy for this map because it's so bloody difficult to drive on in a lot of places. My best advice is don't put any other mods in to make sure there's not any conflicts. I know that when I've got the Russian truck installed and it's going over bumps at speed, it does drag the frame rate down quite a bit. Other than that, it drives fine and it's perfectly okay. But this is your load order. Once you've got that done and you hit confirm changes, the other important thing you must do before you create profile is about to appear on the screen. This is the important one. If you look there, you've always got the language setting that you choose. There's the map module tab. Now it's always defaulted to Europe. In order to get this map to work and to load properly, you must use the drop down and you must choose ssrus.mbd. Hit that. Once you're happy, your company name and everything's fine and whatever, then you hit create. Obviously you go through your controller setup, whatever it is you're using. I'll just say finish wizard, and this will show you that with that load order that I've showed you, it will load perfectly okay. Doesn't take long. Once it's went through this first phase, I mean the first phase like this takes maybe a minute or two longer, but other than that it will be fine. It will load okay. That will go away in a minute or two once it's done. I mean, this is the largest one-to-one scale map you'll ever drive on. That route that I showed you on my profile that I'm driving, I say that's going to take hours and hours to get to the top of that road. And only then I've got a ferry connection to go to another long trip, and so on and so forth. You get huge distances to drive and some really tough routes to drive on. This is how long it should take you first time. And on the initial screen where it comes up with the map asking you where you want to create your base, that's the recommended one. And that's the one I think that you should choose. Don't choose anything over here. I think you should choose that one, because from your garage in that town there, when you drive out of the town and you turn left, you can immediately open up a lot of truck dealers down this road. It's only a short drive, but there are truck dealers just down the road to your left, where it will allow you to open up all the truck dealers. And if you want to buy a truck that way, you can do it that way. But if you've installed a Russian truck like the Kamaz, then as long as it's version 1.45, then you can get into the truck dealer and the mod dealer and buy your truck that way, once you've used that Jumpstart profile Jumpstart mod that I was talking about. So if you click on there, click confirm selection. Do you want to go through the tutorial? No. It will then load up. Then go through the usual, click enter. And if we look at the map, that's the first job you're going to do on this map, because you're obviously, you don't have your own truck, so you're actually just hired at the moment. You're doing quick trips now, or quick jobs. Now incidentally, where this first delivery is, I'll tell you straight away, if this was your first job in this map, you're immediately in for problems, because I know that the road is dodgy here going up there. But the actual trip is 44 kilometres. I haven't got it set to miles. I normally have it set to miles, so that's like, what, let's say it's about 30 miles, and that will take you a good hour, and maybe more, depending on the traffic, because the traffic is usually very heavy. So that's your first job on the map there, and that is your home base there. You're sort of in a central position. It's quite good in that sort of central position to be, rather than being, in fact, I'll tell you the other problem. The other problem is you have to set your map to the flat setting to get this map to lie properly or sit properly in the screen. So if you go into, let me think now, I think it's options, is it gameplay? Let me have a look. Map alignment. Don't have it on north lock, put it to flat, and then you'll see the difference. So if we go to the map now, the map's squared round. It's sitting better, so it's easier to navigate. Now, that there is your home base. This area here, I mean, when I first got this map years ago, the road only used to go to there, and then he's added all of this stuff onto here. So this road here is about 400 odd miles to get to the very top of it. So that there is the map loaded. Everything's fine. Follow the instructions. Use the link to take you to the Harsh Russian page on the truck mod site. Download the 2 files, unzip them, copy and paste all the SCS files into your mod folder for Eurotruck. That's only after having set everything in your game correctly. Set it back to 1.45, disable going east DLC, and you should be good to go. So try that, give me some feedback, let me know the problems you're having, and we'll see you again soon.